Yo, so I just finished up Deep Fear. Um, I don't want to start. I don't want to start Resident Evil just yet. It seems like the colors are almost better without this. Let's see. I don't want to start Resident Evil just yet, so this will probably be a short stream. I just want to do a playthrough of Radiant Silvergun. Let's see how the colors affect this. Yeah, it seems like the colors are better without the HLG. But it keeps juddering side to side, so I want to fix that because that's going to drive me crazy. Anyway, so to be clear, I am using some cheats to have like my maximum weapons like from the get-go, because frankly this game is too hard for me to play otherwise. But anyway, so this is Radiant Silvergun. Starting from the top, you see all my weapons are maxed out. So yeah, we're just gonna have a go, and we're gonna use the cheats, and we're gonna beat the game because, like I said, it is like too hard for me to play this game without cheats. So with no further ado, well, let me fix my window here in OBS. All right, let's do it.
西暦2521年7月13日、あれから1年が経とうとして、船のエネルギー、食料が底をつき始めただが、我々はいやおうなしに地上へ降りなければならなかった。この宇宙巡洋艦テトラが新型戦闘機3機を搭載しているとはいえ、今回の帰還が大きな賭けであることは違いはない。正面からの戦闘はできる限り避けねばならぬのだが。
Yeah, I mean, the game is a lot easier when your weapons are fully powered up. I mean, it's still, you know, it's fun. Like, it's not like without the cheats, it is like I mean, my hat goes off to anyone who can beat this game without using cheats, because this game is extremely hard. Fuck. You see, like, I already died. I mean, I think if I were younger and I didn't have like a job, and I had more time to, like days and days, if not months or potentially years, to learn this game and learn all the patterns and, the ins and outs of, how to correctly do the chains and all that stuff, then I would, but like, I'm not too proud to admit that like this game is too hard for me to play like, casually. I mean, maybe one day if I ever have the desire, I'll go back and like actually do this game without cheats, but like as far as like, just wanting to decompress and play some video games and, have a good time, it's not fun without the cheats enabled. It's just too hard for me, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. I mean, this game is... I was watching someone like a video game reviewer, I believe his YouTube channel is called RNG Gamer, said that this was basically voted the hardest game on Sega Saturn. And I believe it because, I mean, this game's hard. I mean, it looks easy now because I have these cheats enabled, or really just the one cheat to have, my weapons maxed out. But otherwise, it's like you have to kill all the enemies in a certain order. And it's just, I mean, it's just too hard for me. Shit. I was trying not to use my sword thing. Fuck. And there I go again. So, I'm going to upload this to YouTube, and if you happen to be watching it, like, this is what the game would look like if it were a lot easier. Because, you see how there's red, yellow, and blue enemies. You're supposed to kill them in a particular order to power up your weapons. But the thing is, I have trouble... I have trouble killing the enemies in a certain order because, if you're trying to kill them in a certain order, it's like you're focusing more on killing them in that order, and, it's hard to play defensively and actually avoid their attacks. Like, the game's a lot easier to stay alive, I guess, if you just kill all the enemies as quickly as you can. But if you're, trying to kill them in a certain order, it gets really hard. Like, it's really hard to kill, like, just the red enemies because you have the blue and the yellow enemies firing at you nonstop. And to be able to maneuver around and kill all the enemies in order, it's just very hard. And so, like, if I were an expert at this game, this is, the gameplay might look something like this without cheats. But since I'm not an expert and I don't have time to devote to becoming an expert at this game, this is how I have to play it to enjoy it.
西暦2520年7月14日。話は1年前に遡る。異常警報レベル A の発令から全人類消滅の瞬間に至る。全ての原因は紀元前の地層から発掘されたあの石のような物体であることはまず間違いないだろう。調査していた火剣散布で一体何が起こったのか、そして奴らの目的は何なのか。
I mean, I think it'll still take about an hour and a half for me to beat this game. I mean, that's about how long it would take, you know, anyone, just because it's an auto-scroller, you know. See, like, normally you should kill those enemies, you know, like red, blue, yellow, or whatever. Or maybe even just red. And so if you kill just the red enemies, that's still a screen full of blue and yellow enemies that are attacking you non-stop. And so yeah, the game is like way easier with the cheats enabled. I mean, obviously it's still, you know, not a cakewalk, but like you can pretty much just focus on shooting the enemy and making your way through the game, as opposed to, you know, do I need to kill this particular enemy in this order? And like I said, I mean, I have nothing but respect for people who can play this game. Hold on, actually, I want to check something. I feel like my microphone is too loud. Let me see if I can turn this down a little bit. Yeah, I think my mic was kind of loud, so I want to. Well, now maybe it's maybe not loud enough. I don't know. Actually, let me go back and fix that. Oops. Close the command prompt. Hold on. Okay, now hopefully this isn't too loud. Hopefully when I go back and listen to this, it doesn't sound like, you know, one of those people with a microphone and a PA system from like the 1950s. Because that's how it ends up sounding if you turn the volume on the microphone up too high. But anyway, I'm mainly doing this playthrough for anyone who just like wants to see, you know, what this gameplay looks like. I'm not claiming to be a pro at this game or anything of that nature. I'm definitely no pro at this game. Make no mistake. As you can see, I've already died 7 times and I have cheat codes enabled, so... Shit.
状況を報告してくれ。
B attitude for games. Always remember that.
360シルバーガン010203は大型の敵と交戦中です。
戦闘データは記録維持。加えて司令部上空にいる高エネルギー物体のデータを分析してくれ。
了解。
Yeah, I hope the volume on my microphone when I go back and listen to this sounds okay.
物体のエネルギー反応が計測値を超えます。
どうやら悪い。
I'm skipping the dialogue because I have no idea what they're saying. Yeah, I mean, how am I supposed to do that part without dying? Like, I mean, you see, I'm still getting my ass kicked even with these cheats on. Hopefully I don't game over. That would be embarrassing. Yeah, I hope I don't get a game over, because that would be really embarrassing to get a game over with the cheats on. Oh yeah, see how am I even supposed to avoid that? Like, I mean, I've already used 2 game overs. I think I only get 3 So if I get a game, I mean, like a continue, like if I get a game over, that's going to be embarrassing. Ah, shit. Right, like how are you supposed to do that part without dying? Yeah, I mean, there's so much happening on the screen, like even the graphics are slowing down. Yo, what's up, Slayer? Hope you had a Merry Christmas, buddy. Oh, that sucks. You have to work today. I had to work today, too. Oh, shit. Getting my ass kicked. Fuck. This game is like, right, like how are you supposed to beat this game without cheating? And see, I think you're supposed to get some like massive chain here, but like this is how you're supposed to power up your weapon is like only kill the red enemies. But like you see how hard it would be to only kill the red enemies here. So how are you supposed to avoid that attack, for example?
行くの。
Yeah, I guess I'm not talking much, so if the microphone audio is bad, then hopefully it won't be a big deal. Oh yeah, so like try and imagine playing this part without cheats. Like look how crazy this enemy gets. The lag frames are helping me now. Oops. Beatitude for gains, be praying, be praying, be praying. And it's like all these things speed up. I mean, this is crazy. How do you beat this without cheating? It's like I could see how, back in the 90s when, games were designed to take a lot longer to beat, being young and playing this for months and months and months and studying the patterns, like, but I don't have the time or the patience to learn this game. Right, how do you survive this part? So, I mean, seriously.
俺の夢はこの宇宙の中に
私のこと愛してる？
これは初めから決まっていたこと。そう幾度となく繰り返されていること。残された私にできることは再び人類を再生させること。そう幾度となく繰り返されていること。私は彼らと別れる時にもらった髪の毛からクローンを作る。彼らを生き延びさせるために。あの石のような物体はこの地球を守るもの。あれはこの地球そのもの。そして全てを導くもの。長い時間をかけて再び。
Anyways, so I mean, this is an awesome game. It's just, it is extremely hard. I mean, this was me playing with cheats, and like I still died, well, like 30 times. I'm gonna kind of fast forward through the credits and see if there's any final cutscene. I'm not even sure if there's any more cutscene. Yeah, I'm not gonna save it. Anyway, so that was Radiant Silvergun. If you like a challenge and you like, more of like a puzzle uh, game in addition to just your standard shoot 'em up, then I highly recommend it. I mean, it's definitely a challenge, but it's a unique game and it's fun. But anyway, I may be back on later tonight. To stream some other games, and I'm gonna start streaming Resident Evil probably tomorrow, maybe tonight. I don't know. We'll see how I feel. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you next time. Peace.